What's good, everybody? It's your boy Hans.
And this is Tristan.
Welcome to the Hans and Tristan podcast. Thank you guys for
What's
joining us.
that?
Thank you guys for joining us again. For those of you who don't know, we're going to announce it for a few more episodes. We are on YouTube. That's right,
YouTube.
YouTube. Go to YouTube, search Hans and Tristan podcast. You'll see our last two episodes, and this one will be up. They air on Monday mornings, early Monday mornings. Every episode will be up on YouTube and our myriad of platforms, iTunes, Spotify, Google Play, iHeart, anywhere you can listen to podcasts, we're on there. So please check us out. So we want to start today's show by wishing Tristan a happy Mother's Day.
Well,
Happy Mother's
I
Day.
want to break.
Yes. Happy Mother's Day to you and
Thank
all
you,
our
thank you,
mothers out
thank you.
there. We know being a mother is a difficult feat. And being a parent in general is a difficult feat. But mothers, I
Yes.
feel like, have to deal with so much more. And I appreciate all the work that you do for just being a role model to a lot of young ladies out there who look up to
Thank
you. I
you.
really do appreciate it. You are an exemplary person and a mother. You always
Thank
do the
you.
most, though. You always do the most, but that's okay.
Absolutely. You know, it's so funny. I was going through my stuff because, I remember my senior superlative when I was in high school. That was most flirtatious, right? But I was going through my stuff for college. And guess what my senior superlative was?
What was it?
Most dramatic.
Oh, I can see it.
I was like, oh my gosh,
I can
it's so
see
cray
it.
cray. But
I
yes,
can see.
thank you, thank you. I make this mommy thing look easy, but it's not. But it's very rewarding when done right.
Exactly.
But that's only got
Exactly.
one.
Hey, that's right. I mean, they ain't easy.
At all. And it's funny. I was talking to my homegirl today because she got 5 kids. She's married with 5 kids or whatever. And we were talking about when we started being parents, we never thought for a moment that we would be in a position where we would have to be the teachers. Like we would have to be home teaching our kids and helping our kids. Like we never thought that would be a thing. So
Right.
in thinking of all the duties that come with being a mom, now you got to start adding other additional duties to the list. And it's just like one day on a Sunday is not sufficient.
So what, you want Mother's Day to be a month now?
I mean, my birthday, I celebrated for a month. Why not Mother's Day?
Oh, Lord, you're one of them too, huh?
Or like, hello, like I had to get my daughter out of the homemade gifts. Like, okay, we're a little beyond that. That was cute when you were in elementary school. Now you got money. Buy me a damn gift.
Oh, you want her to drop some coins on you. That's what you're saying.
Buy me a damn gift.
Mommy
I
wants some
appreciate it.
designer labels in her bag.
All I'm saying is pay what you weigh.
That's a scale now, huh? Wow.
So for the last 2 years, she's done pretty good. So I can't complain.
Okay. Shout out to Gigi. Shout out to Genesis out here doing a good job of being a daughter. But
Hello.
what I will say though is that I do think that this situation that we're in right now, that we're no longer allowed to be as sociable as we once were with Mother's Day, is causing people to be very creative with their gifts and what they want to do. And it's, to me, highlighting really the family bonds that come with it, right? So it's giving everybody a chance to kind of be creative and to do something to really show your appreciation to your mother rather than just going out to eat somewhere. You get what I'm saying? So
Listen, don't ever take me out to eat on Mother's Day or Easter. Ever.
Packed.
Ever.
Packed. But I think it's a wonderful opportunity to do something different for your mom, do something special, show her that, you really care for her and you really love her and you appreciate her. So I really would love to hear from everybody to see what they did for their Mother's Day. So hit us up on our social media, hit us up with a little note, a voice note, and let us know what you did for your mom on Mother's Day.
Guess what I did for myself for Mother's Day? Guess.
What'd you do?
You can see it, guess.
Is it your hair? Your
yes,
lipstick?
But it's something else. Now, I bet I had this lipstick. You've seen this lipstick before. It's something else.
Is it the No Train?
I got a new nose ring. Yes. Listen, ladies, celebrate yourself. Don't wait for other people to celebrate you.
Shout out to you. I hope y'all go this hard for Father's Day. I'm just saying. I won't go there.
We gonna throw something on the grill.
Yeah, well, I will get him a tie and some socks.
Listen,
Happy Father's Day.
My dad is very happy with his apron. Okay. With the built-in bottle opener.
We need to do better.
No, we don't need to do better. Y'all just want to be left alone. Like, dads just want to be left alone at the end of the day. They want you to acknowledge him for 5 minutes and then be like, all right, leave me the hell alone.
I think so. We like to be appreciated. I think for more than 5 minutes. I think a day for what we would like, not what you guys would think that we like. I think that's what the difference is.
See, with my dad, he would want to watch like World War II movies all day, or the History Channel on how to build fucking foreign guns and shit, or kung fu movies. Mm-hmm. So listen.
So you should do that
with a built-in bottle opener and go into the garage and smoke your Newports and go on about your business.
You should do that though. You should set the scene, give him some food, set up his nice favorite chair, and boom, let the man chill for the day, watch his World War II movies and stuff. I'm just saying. But anyway, it's not about fathers. It's about mothers. We appreciate you guys. We thank you for all that you've done for us. Thank you so much for all the hard work and sacrifices that you guys have done. We appreciate you. Fix your face, Tristan. We have video.
Anyway, happy Mother's Day, guys.
Right. And on a sad note, this past weekend, there were some deaths. Little Richard, I know, was one that really hit me. He passed away. He was 87 years old of bone cancer. For those that don't know Little Richard, he is basically the architect of rock and roll, as he calls himself. Which I didn't know, actually, I was reading. He was responsible for basically the Beatles getting their start. So
I didn't know that.
Yeah, I didn't know that either. So what happened was he would tour. He was doing like his first tour overseas in Europe, and while over there, got with the manager of the Beatles and said, "Hey, could you allow them to open for you?" and everything like that. And that's how that started. I didn't know that as well. And he's responsible for a lot of big rock and roll acts too, like Kiss, Hendrix, like so many people. Great legendary acts of rock and roll owe their start to Little Richard. Right. And it's just sad that we've really lost such an iconic figure. I don't know if you remember that movie Little Richard, the 2000? It came out with was it Leon Robinson?
I don't know. All I remember is a wop ba doo ba da.
Tutti Frutti.
Hello. Who don't know that? Everyone know that.
Right. And
classic.
For me, he was like, him and James Brown were really the first, for me, like unique sounds that I remember. And then of course, Michael Jackson. But like those three really stand out to me as artists who were really just unique and you could not duplicate them. So what I always think about is one scene in that movie, they showed what actually still kind of happens today, but it's just not as prevalent. So back in the day, what happened was, everything was segregated, right? Of course. So you had the black music, and what they would do is they would basically dub our music and have kind of like a Caucasian person, right?
Like Elvis.
Exactly. So, well, Elvis, there was a lot more egregious. But anyway, so
absolutely. But I'm just saying, like the back. What's it? Oh God, what's the name of it? Cultural appropriation.
Yes. The cultural appropriation. Yes, he's
the Kardashians.
Wow, shots fired. So one scene that stood out in that movie to me was they basically showed him recording, and then they showed they cut to another scene, and they showed a white guy singing the same song, but a little toned down, basically to feed it to their masses, right? So what they encouraged Little Richard to do is be more yourself, be more flamboyant. So he was doing that, and then they showed the white guy basically struggling to duplicate it, and he just like gave up, like, I can't do this, right? Like, I can't do this.
Let me tell you something. There's only one you.
Right.
Period.
Right. And that's what I really love about him. And like I said, James Brown and Michael Jackson, they really just were themselves. They were unapologetic about it. They were saying, look, this is me, love it or hate it. This is what Prince too, this is what you're going to get, you love some Prince. So to me, he was just one of the one of the artists that really just stood out on his own, and you could not compare anybody to him because there was nobody like him.
Exactly. He created his own lane.
Exactly. And it's just sad that we lost him. It really is. So if you don't know who he is, man,
Google
go
it.
on your Apple Music or whatever streaming platform you have and listen to some Little Richard, man.
I
He's
remember
been
when he was
sampled.
a guest star on Martin.
Oh,
The exterminator for the oh my goodness.
yeah, man. He was so outgoing. Like, never a dull moment. Never. He was never
Ever.
boring. Never
Ever.
boring. Never boring. Like, the clip that's going around right now is when he was at the Grammys and he was going to introduce Best New Artist, and he was basically saying, "I'm the originator. The winner is me." Like, you know, because they never gave him any awards and everything like that, as they should. But we won't get to the Grammys. We won't get to that. But man, our condolences go out to his family. Died at 87. So he did live a long life, but yet and still, you know, gone nonetheless, to bone cancer. So please send your condolences to his family, and, you know, pay some homage to Little Richard. Listen to them Tutti Frutti. Another producer who passed away actually the same day, Andre Harrell, and he's responsible for Diddy. What people don't know is he was actually mentoring Diddy when Diddy was trying to get his start. So Diddy, Jodeci, so for real, like, he's responsible for he's a legendary producer, and we lost him as well. His cause of death, if I'm not mistaken, was a cardiac arrest. If I'm not mistaken, that was his cause of death. You know, what's sad is when I saw this, I was like, please don't let it be COVID-19. Like, it's sad to say, but like every time I see,
Has there been a celebrity that died from COVID?
Yeah, there's been a couple. There's been a gospel singer, a legendary blues trumpetist in New Orleans passed away from COVID, but they were older though. Does that make sense? Except for the gospel singer.
I was watching this thing called The Plandemic on YouTube. You know, I love YouTube because we are on YouTube. Check us out, Hans and Tristan podcast on YouTube.
Yes.
But and it was talking about how doctors are being forced to code things, like code deaths now, even if they're not COVID related, as COVID. I thought that was very interesting. But you know me. I love a good conspiracy theory.
Yes.
You know, I love stuff like that. I live for it.
Definitely. And I mean, don't get me started down that pipeline, because so many of the numbers are inflated or underreported when it comes to this COVID. I think, honestly, it's going to be one of those instances where we won't know the true impact until years removed. So when people have time to really just dig in,
they can no longer financially benefit from it, and then the truth will come out.
Exactly. I think.
But on the flip side, in this pandemic YouTube situation, it was talking about how being quarantined and social distancing is actually weakening our immune system. So even if you're not subjected to COVID or die from it, then it's other things that can attack your immune system, because you're not constantly coming in contact with different bacteria to keep your immune system boosted. So I'm just like, listen, but you know what? Never mind, I was gonna say something, but I ain't gonna say it.
Oh, okay. You sure?
You know what's funny? Like, have you ever noticed when you was in school, like the kids with the worst hygiene never got sick?
Oh yeah, because they're exposed.
Right. You be like, dang, they ain't never out sick. Like, they always at school. Oh, child. Let me go be dirty and boost my immune system real fast.
Relax. Stay
you know, I be sickly.
Stay out. Especially your area, you know, they don't care about theirs, so they all be out.
Listen, I'm just like, I can't do it. They out here living wild and reckless. National, get it together.
They don't care over there, man. They living life. It's summer. Cheeks about to be out. They don't care. They don't care.
I can't do this.
But yeah, so condolences to the Harrell family and the family of the Richards. Another note, I know it's been blowing up on social media, with basically we run for Aubrey, right? So Ahmaud Aubrey, He is the young black male who was gunned down, murdered, in Brunswick, Georgia, while jogging. It, I'm not gonna say it's surprising because it's not. It's sad.
Especially not in Georgia. I hate
Right.
to say it, but it's like Georgia, and we currently reside in Georgia. Get it
Shout
the
out.
fuck to black people are here. Y'all ain't realized that by now. We not going no motherfucking where.
But
Matter
it's
of fact, we coming in
different.
droves. Like we coming in caravans. We
But
not
it's
going
different.
nowhere.
It's different in those rural areas, man. It's
We
different.
know because we used to work in rural areas
Yeah,
with them
it's
dirt
different.
roads and damn deer and shit.
But even though when like, I'm not gonna lie. So I went to Valdosta State University to get my master's. Shout out to the MFT program down there. Once you get past McDonough, down towards Macon and even further, it's a different world. Like it's a different Georgia. Like even compared to the rural areas that we have, like you know how when you go to Atlanta, right? And it's city and it's urban and everything like that, it's a little more diverse and things of that nature. And then once you get out to the suburbs and everything like that, it starts to change. It's even a more drastic change once you get
It
to
is because there's people
rural
out there who don't
South
have
Georgia.
running water in their home.
Yeah, no, it's for real. Like I used to see clients and everything like that.
Yeah.
So I say I'm not surprised just because I know of the nature and just the environment down there that it's very closed-minded. They're still living in a different age. And like we've said many times in our podcast, racism is not something you're born with, right?
Oh
It's
yeah,
something
it's
that's
passed down from
conditioned. Yeah,
generation.
it's
But that's not what
taught.
surprises me, right? The racism isn't what surprises me, right? The ignorance isn't what surprises me. What surprises me is the audacity to think that you have the privilege to take someone's life.
Oh,
That's what gets me. It's like, what the fuck do you like? You can hate on me all day long, but what makes you think you have the right to take my life? Even if you feel like I am not worthy of being on the same platform as you, okay, that's your opinion. But at what point do you feel in your rabbit ass mind that it's okay to take a motherfucker's life because of the color of their goddamn skin? And then take 2 months to arrest the goddamn people who did it.
well, you know, the guy used to work for the county over there, so they definitely just said, "Oh, it was good, it was justifiable, citizens arrest, blah 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 blah." So he was definitely connected, and we already knew that was an inside job. But for me, I'm gonna be honest with you, I'm not even surprised about that because they walk around. We talk about white privilege, right? And white privilege is so ingrained on that it's another level. Like they walk around with a privilege, like, "Hey, my life is of more value than yours, so I have to protect." My ecosystem and what it means to me, my Confederate pride, my Southern, as they try to veil it as Southern living, right? My way of life at all costs. So if I perceive you as a threat, I'm justified in that because of my privilege. And it's just troubling to me because at the end of the day, like you said, we're becoming more diverse. Like we're not going the opposite direction.
At all. You see how
So
pale I am? My daughter's paler. And it's because we got white people in our family. Like this shit is not going anywhere at the end of the goddamn day. And that's what kills me. Like again, you can feel how you feel, but at what point do we call these fucking people homegrown terrorists? Like that's
no, that's
exactly
really
what
what
they
they are. I mean, we remember a couple months ago, white supremacists went to number one
are.
at the
Absolutely.
top
Thank
of the
you, Donald
list.
Trump, for that bullshit. Thank you.
Those are his supporters, man.
And
That's who's.
fucking what our NRA and all. Listen, all I'm saying is this, and this is what kills me. Like they bank on the black community being outraged for a short period of time. They bank on that because they know, oh yeah, we're gonna be pissed off. George Zimmerman, he was fucking arrested. He
Oh
was
yeah.
he was motherfucking found not guilty. So at the end of the day, they bank on us being outraged for a short period of time, making some noise, and then fading into the black.
Well, here's my thing though. I disagree with that to a certain extent. I don't think they bank on it. I think what they do is they're comfortable because they know they control a system, right? So the whole justice system, they control that. So how do I look feeling worried when I control the system that's going to determine my fate?
But I'm not saying they're worried, but when I say they bank on it, the only reason these arrests were even made because of the outrage. That's the only reason. And then once the outrage died down, guess what they're going to do? Like you said, use their system that they created to benefit them. But they only move and do things when we make noise, and then they wait for that noise to die off. And then, boom, they go back to their regularly scheduled program.
Yeah, I think so. But also, though, I'm going to be real with you. I think it's not even us making noise. It's optics. If there wasn't a video, don't forget, this happened months ago. So this wasn't something that just happened.
Right.
This happened months ago. People had been making noise. People had been protesting. It's when the video came out. That's when, whoa, this looks really bad. What, you didn't believe our accounts? Like, you thought we was lying? I think that's what it is.
But
It's
they said they're
videos.
friendly to video to actually try to prove their innocence.
That's
the white.
dumb. That's dumb. You're not innocent.
My thing is, again, what in your fucking rabied ass mind make you think that that was okay? Like, you literally gunned this motherfucker down like he was a goddamn animal. Like, he's literally minding his business, getting his cardio, getting his heart rate up, minding his business, and then here you come. And it's such a disadvantage, right? Because it's like, why are you constantly attacking unarmed Black people?
I told you, man, that white entitlement is something else.
But my thing is, if you hot shit, go run up on some niggas you know got the heat, and then see how that turn out.
That's not how white entitlement works.
Exactly. They're cowards at the end of the day. They're fucking cowards.
How it works is, I see you in my block. I perceive for you to be a threat. And then you don't acknowledge my white entitlement.
Right. You don't bow down.
Bow down to it. I'm going to teach you a lesson.
How dare you? How dare you feel like you belong here?
And I think what I do like, though, is I will give credit to one of the news reporters down there. Wow, his name just escaped me. I had his name, so I want to give him credit. I apologize, sir. But one of the news reporters down there in Brunswick, Georgia, was it Brunswick? One of the news reporters, anyway, a white man, he actually reported it, like, in a good way. He basically said, this is what happened. There had been break-ins. They said it was him. They had no proof. They ain't seen him. They saw him running by the houses that were breaking in, but they didn't see him go in or anything like that. They chased him down. And he even said they're trying to bring up an old shoplifting charge or whatever, which was the first thing. He was like, that has nothing to do. And I just love how he already brought up what they would use as a tool. You get what I'm saying? To really show like the extent that they're trying to bury this. And I said, shout out to you, because you may lose your job for this, but shout out to you because you're seeing the true extent of this. They really wanted to teach this man a lesson for some reason, to obey their privilege and their authority, and he wasn't bound down to it, and they took his life for that. And that is wrong under any circumstance. And I'm so sick of this whole citizens arrest nonsense that's empowering and deputizing white people. Listen, if you that bold, you better call 911, because what's going to happen is when we start defending ourselves, you get what I'm saying? Then it's going to be something else.
My thing is, you got all this motherfucking free time and you in this neighborhood watch bullshit. Why you ain't catch the real motherfucker that broke in? Like, you got all this fucking free time to catch the wrong goddamn person? You so vigilant that you catch the wrong goddamn, like, really?
How much you want to bet he's white?
Or was you just out cruising for a fucking bruising? Like, you was on some bullshit, so you was pissed off and you was willing to fucking give it to whoever was around?
No, I think it's coming out that he had previously investigated him also. So I think it's the story now, the narrative now is saying that there might have been some kind of vendetta. So some people are saying, is that premeditation now? Could that count as premeditation? But honestly, I would say I'm hopeful with this arrest, but I'm not, because the justice system's not for us. So we're just going to have to follow and see what happens, because at the end of the day, we've seen it before. We see them juke it. You get what I'm saying? We've seen them.
Or motherfucking get probation or whatever the hell ever. And we'd be wrong as hell. We start taking matters in our own hand.
No, because then we're
animals.
Exactly. Then we're vigilantes and we're anarchists, or whatever names you want to give us. But at the end of the day, when you're gunning us down for doing everyday things, and that's what people don't understand. we walk around with a sense of fear. Like, this is one of the things
Churches.
that Ty, who was on our last podcast, that's one of the things she studies, post-traumatic slave disorder. This is one of the effects of it. Me and you, we literally have anxiety when a cop comes behind us. Even though we're doing the speed limit, we have all our registrations and everything's in order, we still have a sense of anxiety because at the end of the day, we know that we will always fit a description. You get what I mean? And our laws and rights and liberties will not be respected. And we can't just have the lovely privilege to just walk out there and feel free and protected by the police. We just don't have that. And that's why we're so outraged, because you, Susie, you, Jim, can go out for a run and do whatever and not think twice about it. But us, listen, we can't. We just can't. We gotta worry about which neighborhood we running through. You know what I'm saying? Which car? Like, I'll give you one example. So one thing I like to do is I like to drive around and look at nice houses. You know what I mean? I just like houses, the architecture and everything like that. So we were doing that. Went to this nice part of Atlanta by the country club. You know, just looking at these mansions. It's like, wow, these are nice. You know, and everything like that. And one thing I had to worry about is, okay, I can't stop for too long because I'm gonna look what?
Suspicious.
And I don't fit in. You get what I'm saying? I don't fit in. So I have to worry. But I'm pretty sure if Mr. Johnny wanted to stroll by, you get what I'm saying? He'd be cool. He wouldn't have
Right.
to worry
But the
about it.
thing is, and people get at me all the time, because, you know, I stay on the South Side. I'm from DC. I'm like, that's what I feel comfortable at. Because even, like, think about it, like, even the police in this community look like me. Does that mean they have my best interests? Absolutely not, because I definitely believe the police have their own culture and everything else,
Oh,
but they
they're
can
a
look out for
brotherhood.
each
Yeah,
other.
yeah.
Right. But at the end of the day, I feel way more comfortable being stopped by an officer that looks like me. I feel way more comfortable being approached by a young man or a woman, whomever, off the street who look like me, as opposed to someone who doesn't look like me. At the end of the day, and I hate to say that, and regardless, anyone can take your life. Anybody.
No, and
But
it's
at the end of the day,
facts.
at least I know I'm not going to be read a certain way because of my skin color by someone. Well, black people like, light skinned girls can't fight or whatever. But it's all good. I ain't even worried about that. But I'm just saying, just understanding that dynamic in that situation and understanding, like, feeling like I belong in a certain, like, I shouldn't have to stay in the South Side or in the ghetto or in the inner cities to feel like I belong, because I fucking belong everywhere I fucking spend my money.
No, that's facts though. And I get what you're saying, because deep down what it is you feel more comfortable with somebody who understands your experience, right?
Exactly.
Who understands where you're coming from. So no, I definitely get it. But like you said too, though, at the end of the day, they have their own institution. You get what I mean? They have their own institution. So you still have to walk around with a sense of caution and an air of, oh man, my life might be taken or I may not be safe. So like for me and my fiance, we like to go walk and exercise, right? So we still have to be mindful, like, of the neighborhoods that we're walking in. So I don't have that luxury just by virtue of the color of my skin. We don't have that luxury. We got to make sure, like, hey man, it's getting too late. Let's pick up the pace. Let's get the cardio going, because at the end of the day, we don't want no problems. Oh, we look suspicious. We're just walking. That's all we're
Right,
doing.
because all black people look alike.
Hey man, that's what it is. But at the end of the day, though, like I'm hoping that justice is served in this instance, but I'm not
I
too
don't have
confident.
faith that it will be, because, again, look how long it takes to get a fucking arrest.
2 months. And if it wasn't blown up, if that video didn't come out, I don't think anything would have happened. It would have been swept
At
under the rug like
all.
everything is. Like everything is.
Exactly. So, I mean, something got to shake, because at the end of the day, we can't keep losing innocent black people because they going to church, they going on a run, they going, like, they're doing everyday things, and they're not putting themselves in position where they're doing at-risk behavior.
Mm-hmm.
So why the hell am I being shot and losing my life for doing basic shit?
Right. For living life. Living life while being black. It's a risk. Name any verb or any action phrase and put while being black, it's a risk. Your life's at risk. That's just
Shopping
the
while
facts.
being black,
It's
walking while being
risky.
black.
It's risky.
It
Did you
is.
Did you see your girl being petty on social media? Amanda Seals, your cousin?
Hey, cousin girl. No, I ain't get a chance to peep her.
So, you know, celebrities have followed on this train, right? This hashtag train. And Amanda Seals, who has a history, right, of going back and forth with people who are racist on her comment section and everything like that. She's very.
She be having a time, and I love it. I read all 756 comments. She has the time, and I be like, yes, get them right, sis.
And she's very unapologetic about it.
At all, with no mercy.
Well, she did point out something that I think we should be more cautious of as well, right? Be cautious of who jumps on the bandwagon and how they do it. So I know she pointed out and made up a parody of the song by Mr. Pendergrass, Turn Off the Lights, Steady Pendergrass. So Justin Timberlake posted, right? Posted in homage to, you know, Ahmaud Aubrey and everything like that, right? But he turned off his comments. So Amanda's like, what? So she made a parody like, turn on your comments. She said, I turn off my comments because I'm tired of arguing with racists. It's time for you to. So she was basically pointing out how be careful because some people are using this as an opportunity. And I hate to say this, but Mr. Biden, he did that. We all know he's trying to get the black vote. We all know Trump's trying to get more of the black vote. Joe Biden tweeted about it, pandering. What are you doing about it? That's
right.
what.
So my thing is, you tweeting from your motherfucking goddamn 7 acres with your ranch and your fucking goddamn lily white ass goddamn family don't do shit. And Justin Timberlake been on my shit list since he did the Super Bowl with Janet Jackson, honey. Okay, and he left her out to dry.
Okay, got you.
So I'm like, don't try to be on the black team now. Take your ass. You know, I love NSYNC. Take your ass back over on that side.
But I want to help our listeners to be able to point that out, right? To be able to decipher through the foolishness. Look at what people are actually doing. Does that make sense? And by doing, just posting, I'm not talking about that, but actively doing. Are they going out? Are they protesting? Are they walking? Are they helping organizations? You get what I'm saying?
Have they ever done anything? Because this ain't the first black person to die.
Exactly. Look at what they're doing. One young lady, I love what she did. She said, listen, and she's white too, and I love how she said. She said, listen, we have to acknowledge our white privilege, and we just can't post and put a hashtag. Yes, I'm going to run these 2.23 miles, but I'm also a part of a group of white women who, when we sit down and we try to acknowledge, okay, how is our white privilege affecting these black women and these people out there, and what can we do? Like, she went down a list of certain things that need to be done. And I applauded her for that because she, one, acknowledges that white privilege exists, which white people have a problem doing. They think it's some mythical...
Because they don't see color.
They think it's
I don't see color. Well, bitch, I do. What is you talking about?
Some mythical concept and everything like that. And I was just like, wow. Like, you know, like,
something.
For her to do that, I was like, that's great. I think that's great.
Nice job, Karen. But at the end of the goddamn day, like you said, you can post, you can tweet, you can go to your motherfucking book club, which is really just y'all coming together, drink wine, and talk shit about your husbands. Y'all can do all that shit and come up with these brilliant fucking ideas. But don't forget, I ain't forget the women's suffrage march where y'all left the black women out and y'all took all the motherfucking glory for y'all. Let me tell you something. Miss me, Karen, with your post to Biden and motherfucking Justin Timberlake.
I disagree because here's the difference. There's a difference between posting and just acknowledging what happened and getting on the train, but actually going in your community and trying to educate. Because here's one thing that people forget.
But it's the difference between going in your community and educating or talking about going in the community and educating.
No. You're not listening. She's doing it. And the reason you don't believe it is because she's white. That's your own issue.
No, it's not because she's white. It has nothing to do with that.
She's doing it because I think what we get caught up in oftentimes is the mirage that's given to us by social media because it creates that, right? Because
but why now? Why now?
So listen. I think that everybody deserves that starting point, right? So with this lady, I don't know her name. I forgot her name, right?
Let's call it Karen.
I forgot her name. But She reminds me of the young lady who Morano, I think is her last name. She was the one. Remember the Starbucks incident when they came in and arrested those two dudes who were
And
just
the white
waiting
lady spoke up. Yep.
for somebody here? She's
Mm-hmm.
actually an active. She's been active long before that Starbucks incident.
Right, and I get all that, but I'm talking about the ones who are just starting now.
No.
Who
Right,
are
right.
our age. Let me tell you something, because this ain't nothing new to our generation and older. So yes, I'm happy that you're finally speaking up. I'm happy. I get all that, but why? Mm-hmm. Why ignore all the other deaths? Why ignore all the other blatant fucking racist bullshit? Why this one now? Why? Right. Because you're at home quarantine and you fucking bored?
Hey, listen, I'll take that rather than another post with a hashtag. That's all I'm saying. I'll take any action and any educating, because at the end of the day, a lot of the onus is always put on us to educate others when that's not.
But how you educating people when you quarantine? What you doing it on your video FaceTime, your book club video FaceTime? Like, again, I think it's great to have a plan, but when Tristan, you're talking about executing this plan, like, let's execute and let's be real about the situation.
Tristan, that doesn't make any sense. So you can't educate if you're not face to face. You can't learn if you're not face to face.
But the reality is like, are you actually fucking doing it, or you're just posting about doing it?
So here's what I'm saying. At the end of the day, we have to acknowledge the people that are doing more than just getting on the train. That's what I'm saying. No, you don't have to. I'm going to acknowledge people who are doing that, because at the end of the day, she could have been like any other the millions of white people, just posted something with a hashtag, but she's taking initiative and doing, just like we talked about a couple episodes ago, how do you do things? You do your part. She's doing her part.
Or
and I can't be mad at anybody. No, she's doing it. She showed proof. She had receipts. I can't be mad at anybody.
Forward me this post so I can see the receipt.
Yeah, I'll forward it to you. I got you.
Because let me tell you something. I'm sick of this shit. Like, at the end of the day, everybody... Don't get me started.
I'll forward it to you. So, like, my thing is, I get what you're saying, but at the end of the day, we have to come to a point where we look past that. Like, it's
right,
like,
and I'm looking past it, but I'm also not looking for these white people to save us at the end of the day. I'm not looking for them. Because check this out. The reality is, we know that racism isn't based on solid facts. So even if she takes the time to educate these people, they're still going to be ignorant as fuck if they choose to be ignorant as fuck.
No, but here's my thing with this, right? I treat it like church. At the end of the day, if somebody walks through this door, and I believe that God has been in existence since the beginning of time, I'm not going to sit here and question why now. I'm like, okay, come do the work. That's where we're at. And that's what I think we need to start doing. Because what you're doing is you're sitting here questioning why now. But if they're genuinely actually trying to do the work, come do the work.
But you find out if they're genuinely trying to do it by questioning why.
Listen, we may disagree there. For me, if you're willing to do the work, because the work is what makes impact, do the work. I don't care.
But if you got a hidden agenda behind that work, then is the work even going to be effective?
Yes, it can be. So yes, it can be. So much work has been affected with so many people with hidden agendas. We ourselves has benefited from work that has hidden agendas. So you mean to tell me when there's affirmative actions, right, in schools and universities that has allowed us to get degrees, that they didn't have a hidden agenda, but we didn't benefit? There's been benefits. Let me tell you something.
I'm happy you brought that up.
Who have hidden agendas.
Affirmative action. I'm happy you brought affirmative action. I'm happy you brought that up.
So don't say no. Hold on. Hold on. Don't say that people can't benefit. They can.
Let me explain something to you about affirmative action. Affirmative action. We only use the term affirmative action when it comes to Black people, okay? Because at the end of the day, affirmative action already been in place when they use damn sports to get in school, when they use their lineage to get in school, their legacy to get in school. That's affirmative action as well, because you're taking a certain percentage that allows these type of people in. But they only want to use it in a negative term when it comes to Black people.
Did they not benefit? That's not what we're talking about. You're talking about, is it going to benefit? Yes, it benefits, because at the end of the day, they took advantage of that. That's what I'm arguing. I don't care about the logistics of affirmative action. I'm just disagreeing and proving you that, yes, they may not have had the best intentions, but they provided that person with an opportunity, and that person used it and benefited from it. So yes, that school, they knew what they were doing. They knew who they were pimping and who they were using and what lineage and all of that they were doing, but yet that person still benefited. So what I'm saying is, at the end of the day, I don't have the time or capacity, and we don't have the time or capacity to sit here and dilute and dissect and all the reasons why. If you're here and you're willing to work, we're going to put you to work and we're going to use you. Because at the end of the day,
I got time.
we need as many people. We need as many people as we can. And we need as many people as we can. Let's go on this, because at the end of the day, we're not going to do this on our own, because we never have. It's never been done on our own. Even through the civil rights movement, it was never done on our own. So you ain't got time to be like, so here's this, here's that. No, man, you trying to do this work? Let's do this work. That's all I'm saying. I appreciate that, because at the end of the day, there's a lot of people out here just posting hashtags, commenting on whoever celebrity, LeBron James or anything like that. Boom. Like, to me, so like people are applauding LeBron James for bringing it out, using his platform. Great. Cool. But I'd like to see more. That's all I'm saying. I'd like to see more. I appreciate him putting it out there. I give him props, because at the end of the day, he's putting his brand right next to politics. And let's be real. White people pay him. Like, white people sign his checks. So he's putting up his brand up against this and everything like that. But at the end of the day, that's cool. I'd like to see more. But that's just me.
But he's gonna do but so much when it comes to that. And
but here's my thing though. I think that's why I have to shout out the people that are actually doing what they need to do in their community, because LeBron James ain't gonna come down to our hood.
All I'm saying is,
you think LeBron
I want
James
to
is coming
see
to our hood?
receipts for genuine activities, and that's white, black, Asian, or whomever. Like, at the end of the day, because like you said, damn a hashtag. I don't care if you spend an extra 20 minutes on a post, because now you got all these details of what you're doing. Okay, but my thing is, again.
So let me ask a question then. So my name's Jerry, right? And I'm Caucasian, and I'm 25.
Hi, Jerry.
Hi, Tristan. I grew up in a very conservative white Confederate household, right? And then now I'm in college in a more urban area, which exposed me to a lot of different more cultures and people of color. And now I see that people of color have really been taken advantage of, oppressed, and just been treated wrong.
Good for you, Jerry.
So here's my thing. Now, according to your standards, because I have not been active, I'm not qualified to do anything now?
No, but you see how you just justified how you thought your thought process changed because of your environment change, and how all of a sudden you came to an epiphany. You see how you justified that? You see how you gave reasoning to why now you want to be active, why now you want to support? That's all I'm saying is, why now? That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. All I'm saying is, why now? Because
we ain't got time to check all these resumes, man.
We got to, because we can't keep just taking any fucking handout that's given to us. At the end of the day, we can't keep putting ourselves in that kind of situation.
It's not a handout. I'm not saying give them the keys. I'm saying put them in the field. That's all I'm saying. If you want to go talk to Johnny and Jimmy in your neighborhood, I'm not going to stop you from talking to Johnny and Jimmy.
By all means, do what you need to do. Well, fuck you posting about it for. Shut up. Just do it.
No, see, that's what you're saying. You're disqualifying
because you're not doing it for the right reasons. You're doing it for likes and shit. Like, miss me with that bullshit. You try motherfucking get likes and comments and heart eyes and all the new care fucking heart with the heart holding shit. You want that shit on Facebook and everything else. Like, just
let me ask you a question.
Why we gotta acknowledge you? Just fucking do it.
Let me ask you a question. If I give a homeless person a meal, right?
Why you gotta record and post it on Facebook?
That's what I'm saying. Did they not get a meal?
But why are you?
No. Answer my question, Tristan. Did that homeless person not get a meal?
Yes, but they also got degraded in the process. But hold on, because they got degraded in the process. So because you recorded them, because you fed them, it's okay to degrade them. Because you fed them, it's okay to publicly announce.
I'm not degrading them. I'm not degrading them.
No,
I'm not degrading them. That's
but you
your
don't know
opinion.
if they feel degraded or not because you recorded it and you posted it.
That's not number one. They didn't have to accept it. They saw my camera. I wasn't hiding it. Number two,
they're hungry. They're hungry.
You don't know.
You don't know.
You don't know my. So what if I have an organization who feeds the hungry, and I just want to document what our organization is doing?
But again, you're documenting to do what? To get more donations. Like I said, it's a reason behind everything.
To feed more people.
So why are you posting this? There's a reason behind everything we do. You know this.
To feed more people.
Right. So that's your agenda. So if you don't have an organization and you're posting this, then what's your agenda? That's
So
all
here's
I'm
my
asking. That's
so here's
all
my
I'm
thing.
asking.
What if their agenda is increasing awareness to people who follow them? You see, that's what I think
Bullshit.
you're missing. You see, and that's what it is because you're
Mm-mm.
having trouble seeing it. Because my thing is this: if Karen has a whole bunch of teams of Karens who follow her religiously, and Karen has this enlightenment, and Karen knows Karen 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 follow her and might get this enlightenment, I have no problem with Karen doing that. Now you see it as just going for likes. You have the more pessimistic, and I guess I'm more
Because
optimistic.
you're saying that she did it within her circle and she got receipts of what she's doing.
Yes.
Those receipts didn't come from the post she's posting. It's actions behind or before that post even came about.
We're not talking about.
So she's posting what she did. So why not just fucking do it if you genuinely just out here trying to do it and make a difference?
Once again, times have changed. You can be genuine and try to increase your circle, because that's the same thing. Like that's like, for me, that's like the homeless example. If I have an organization and I want to increase the awareness of my organization so I can help more people, then that post can do that. So we can't use that theory for Karen if she wants to
We
increase
can,
the
but my thing
awareness
is her
of
putting the post
people.
out there, what she did with her circle. How does that help those who follow her if she's not doing it with her followers? If she's not doing, she's just showing what she did. She's not actually doing it with her followers.
So here's the thing. She's doing that because she's creating an invitation for her followers to come and join. That's what I'm saying. Like, if it's in that, like, you can tell when somebody's fake. Like when people are fake crying, right? On Instagram and everything like that, and oh, I'm so sad and everything like that. Like, you can kind of tell like who's coming for like that sympathy, like, oh my God, I'm so sad. Like, why are you posting yourself crying? Like, if you're really distraught, are you gonna have the time to cry on Instagram and everything?
Look, just send me the post and I'll assess it for myself, because it's something about, y'all love these lily white women. Y'all feel so bad for them and y'all love taking up for them.
Lord.
Send it to me and I'll assess it myself.
Wow. You're sounding real against white people right now.
I'm not against anybody. My thing is, I'm not against anybody, but at the end of the day, I'm not blind to what they have done. I'm not blind to the motherfucking wool being pulled over our eyes over and over and over again, because we're sitting here seeking help from any and every fucking body.
We're not seeking help. Acknowledging somebody to come help you is not a handout. Y'all got to get over that. That's y'all problem. Like, y'all thinking just because I acknowledge and give kudos to the Starbucks lady for doing her part, that's me saying a handout? No, I'm saying kudos to being aware and mindful of your position and how you've benefited from this white privilege.
All I want to know is why. All I want to know is why. Why now? Why? Because we've been shot down in the streets. Why now, Karen? Why?
Good luck.
Because like I said, with the Starbucks lady, like you said, she been doing that. That's mad respect. She been doing it. She's been using her position in society to advocate for those who are less than, or who are seen as less than. So I respect that. But if you're sitting here telling me this woman posted and all of a sudden she had this epiphany because this guy died and she wants to sit here and change the way of the world. Why now? Because you're at home bored?
That's not fair. You're using your hindsight.
I can ask why. I can ask why all I want to.
No, I'm not saying you can't ask why. What I'm saying is you're using your hindsight. That's not fair, because you came up on the Starbucks lady when she was established. You wasn't with her when she first started. So when she first started, she was incredible. That's what I'm saying.
But what I'm saying is, what I'm saying is, if at the end of the day, I see you doing an act, and then I research and I look into it and I see that, oh, you've been doing this. Yes, I do respect that. But if I'm looking at something and I see you doing something, I'm like, you ain't been doing this. Why all of a sudden? Why this shift all of a sudden? Whether that shift is good or bad, I want to know why. Absolutely, I want to know why. So
what I'm saying is, at the end of the day, though, it doesn't always have to be against. That's all I'm saying. Just because they're new to the movement. I want to know why.
I want to know. No, I want to know what epiphany she had.
I'm okay with that, but what I'm saying is the way you're presenting it is that when it's a new shift, it's not for us. There's a hidden agenda. And what I'm saying is that's not always the reason.
It could go. Has it not been in the past?
But it's been the other way in the past too. So you can't say that. It's been both in the past.
You're absolutely right. It has gone both ways. So because it has gone both ways and it hasn't been consistent, I have every right to ask why.
No, nobody's doubting your right to ask why. Nobody's doubting that. You can ask why all day. Well, all I'm saying is we have to recognize that there's both sides of the fence.
I do recognize that. That's why I use lady as a perfect example. Like I said, but all of a
Not,
sudden, if
they're
you're
not
sitting
the
here telling
same.
me, that this chick sitting at home and she was like, oh, well, I'm just now realizing my white privilege and blah, 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 blah. And I'm going to use my platform with my drinking buddies to blah, 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 and my book club, whatever, whatever, whatever. Why now? Because if I'm hearing you right, she's our age, if not older. So she's been seeing all this. This has always been going on. So again, why? At the end of the day, why now? What's going on? What's the issue? And we can't be so readily like, just because it looks like help doesn't mean it's actually help.
No, I'm not saying that. All I'm saying is Karen and Justin Timberlake are not the same. That's all I'm saying.
I don't know, because I ain't seen it. When I see it, I'll let you know.
And that's fine. That's for you to decide. But at the end of the day, for me, who has that experience, Karen and Justin Timberlake, they're not the same. Because Justin Timberlake did literally just make a post. That's all Justin Timberlake did.
And I'm not trying to take anything from her, but I'm not going to be willingly just giving it willy-nilly either.
And turn off his comments. I'm gonna give her props.
Like I said, Justin Timberlake been on my shit list since damn Super Bowl with Janet Jackson.
Stop lying like you didn't listen. Stop lying like you didn't listen to his 2020 album and was bumping it.
I don't have it. The last thing I got from him was NSYNC. Thank you very much.
You didn't listen to his 2020 album. You're a liar. You didn't listen to his 2020 album. You're lying. Suit and Tie with Jay-Z. You ain't listen to that. You're lying, bro. You're lying.
If I listen to it on the radio, but I ain't purchased no crap. Like, no, I don't
let
like
me go
that.
Through your,
like,
let me go through your music.
He did the cliche bullshit. He did the cliche bullshit. You all of a sudden want to be down with, all these, black people, to boost your music career, blah, blah, blah. So now you're out here with Janet Jackson. You rip her motherfucking pasty off, and then you leave her out there high and dry. So they're going to just deal with the consequences of that shit while you sitting back chilling, not saying shit.
But let's be real, though. Did we expect anything less, though, from him? That's my thing. Like, I didn't expect anything less from him. He's exactly what you were just talking about a couple minutes ago with Elvis. Is he not another example of somebody who's benefited from our music and appropriated from our music? And then all of a sudden, he did. If you pay attention, remember his last album, he went off and did this country kind of thing, and it wasn't selling. You get what I mean? Like, oh, I want to do something different and go back to my roots. Oh, okay. Fine, do you
stealing from us? Thank you.
do you? Oh, it flopped. Wonder why? Oh, now you want to come back? Oh, hey, like you get what I'm saying? So with Justin, I'm not surprised at all. What I will say is that boy can sing, but I'm not gonna lie. He's a clear-cut example of appropriation. Like, hey, he is it. Let's be real. He's not the White Usher. Come on. Like,
absolutely. But like I said, it's typical shit. Like, black women just out here hung out to dry, fend for themselves and shit.
Well, when did this turn to black women? Oh, you talking about Janet with Janet?
Same shit, different fucking toilet. And that's all it comes down to.
They had it planned, and he ain't stepped up. I was like, damn.
Right. Bro. I'm like, nigga, you ripped that up. First of all, it's Janet Jackson. So she ain't gonna have no cheap ass fucking goddamn performance clothes. She been doing this motherfucking for years with her HBO. She know how to do this. So y'all been had this plan. So you motherfucking rip her shit off, and all of a sudden just like, oh, well, I can go on. Don't get me started. It's Mother's Day. Don't get my
Let me stop. JT's off your leg. That 2020 album, though, I ain't gonna fake it. It was but that's because Timbaland produced the whole album, and everything like that.
Timbaland is the shit.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like, anything else, I can't lie. I've never listened to any of the Justin Timberlake.
Like I said, the last thing was NSYNC.
Yeah, so.
That was my, I used to love me some boy bands, honey, back in the day.
Oh, you was a Backstreet, like.
Let me tell you something. I'm gonna throw it back for you even better. I was a New Kids on the Block fan.
A New Kids on the Block?
Oh.
God.
The right stuff. You got the right stuff. What? Yeah, baby.
I can't with you. You taking it way back.
Look, I like all kinds of music.
I think I had something with New Kids on the Block on it back in the day. I can't remember what it was. It was like something like a folder or something. I don't remember.
New Kids on the Block was the Jimmy.
That's wow. You taking it way back. Wow.
From my age.
I said, don't show your age. Just dang. Anyway, guys, we appreciate you joining us. Let us know what you think. Whether you believe that something's gonna happen with this arrest. Also, they're trying to arrest the guy that took the video as well. they're saying that he was actually a part of it, but then he came out with his lawyer saying, "Whoa, I wasn't a part." Blah blah blah. So there's that fiasco going on with that.
But you knew what their agenda was because you recorded it.
My thing is this, like, in that area, Brunswick, Georgia, what are you doing recording where you're driving? But whatever, that seems suspicious to me. But anywho, so he's he's trying to clear his name. He's basically saying, "Nah, y'all did that. That wasn't me."
But you was an accomplice.
Right.
You were accessory.
Right. Anywho, you know how many kids we had that's been an accessory just for lookouts and everything like that.
And I got one accessory after the fact. How about that shit? Like, so I'm just like, miss me with the excuses.
Well, he came out.
The law does not exempt you from the law.
He made a press conference real quick saying that GBI needs to clear my name. And like, sir, you were videotaping for a reason, sir. Out in the Brunswick, Georgia, middle of nowhere.
Right.
Come on, sir. Come on. But anywho, guys, we appreciate you joining us. As always, hit us up on the Hans and Tristan podcast IG. Also, check out our YouTube page. Subscribe. Hit the subscribe button. Tell all your friends. Check out the video. Please share it, like, comment, do what you got to do. Let everybody know. As always, listen to us on all our platforms: iTunes, Spotify, iHeart, Anchor, everything. All right, guys. Thank you for joining us. We'll see you guys next time.
Bye.
Bye.